Good afternoon or evening. Still light outside here in California. Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course, everybody. Got a big, fun, pre-Hamvention stream. We're going to talk about programming a DMR radio from scratch. So if you're seeing this, it'll work for any DMR radio. This is just going to give you a couple tips and tricks on how to get something started, and then you'll kind of just take it from there. If you want to add more repeaters, you can. If you want to set up your Pi-Star, you can. It's the same concept, basically. So, all right. I'm waiting for everybody to come in. Hopefully my audio's sounding good. Looks okay there on the board. We got Lee in the house, Wyoming Ham, got CB, got Carol. What's going on? I even saw Zach, so glad Zach could make it. He said he was going to maybe be a little late, so I'm glad about that. So we do have, I'm going to say this right up front because it's really important. So if you're not a Discord member yet, go get on Discord. The reason I'm giving away a Micro BitX that was kindly donated by our friend Rick84SM. So look forward to that, and how that's going to work is real simple. Go join the Discord. In fact, let me go over to me here. Go join the Discord. Go to the giveaways room and click the little horn for the giveaway, and you will be entered for the giveaway. And how it's going to work is Saturday, Hamvention Saturday, at the Warped Wing Brewing Company in Dayton at around 6:45 p.m. I think that's how I set it up. It should fire off, and it's going to be, the winner will be picked from Discord. You don't have to be in attendance, which is super great. So very much excited about that. Thank you, Rick, for giving us the UBitX to give away, and that'll be great. It should be fun for somebody as a little project, you know, something, a base to get started with. They're great for that. Zach says he just walked in, so I'm glad you could make it. Thanks so much. I'm checking. Oh, we got Oceanside in the house, Illinois. Stuck on a boat, UHF, VHF until I can afford an HF rig. He's on the same boat, not stuck in a boat. And I got something in my eye, so that's wonderful. Anyway, this is the Ham Radio Crash Course. Thanks so much for coming in. If you haven't been before, basically what we try to do is just talk about different topics of ham radio in a live stream format with the chat next to me here. And we'll take comments. I've got different camera angles to show different stuff that I'm working on. And that's basically it. The idea is see something new, you learn a little bit, you go try it. You'll remember, hopefully, once you apply it and you use your kinetic learning or kinesthetic learning to get it all jammed up in your brain. So definitely try everything out that we do today. And if I'm doing something wrong, post in the comments and I'll update it and we'll all do better. Okay, so there will be a Discord after chat like we normally do, which will run from the moment the show ends until I go to bed, basically. There's people out there, and we talk about all kinds of stuff, and we cover many topics, not just amateur radio, so that's a lot of fun. We will do call-ins towards the end of the show, assuming that we'll have time for that, because we're going to be talking DMR for a little while, and I got to get through some of the housekeeping on front to get you all started. So, Mr. Creative, how's it going, Josh? Doing very well. Thank you very much. Jay Jara says, got my license. Your channel helped. KN6BDF. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you were able to get it, and there's something still in my eye, so this is going to be really bothersome. All right. Again, reminder, there's a lot going on next week. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just bringing a bunch of camera gear and audio equipment to try and record all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to try to stream Friday and Saturday from the Warped Wing Brewery at Hamvention. Friday, I would really like to just go through pictures and stuff that I've seen that day. Maybe stuff I purchased, maybe swag or whatever, whatever's going on fun at the time that I saw that I really want to tell you guys about. Just a note, we'll be using the Retevis RT88 for the DMR programming. The link to that is in the description if you'd like to purchase one. There's also a link to the Anytone 878, which is just a great little radio that they came out with that does not only DMR, but it'll also do APRS, analog APRS, which I think is fantastic. So that's exactly where you want to be with with a DMR radio. So very cool. Before we dive headlong into DMR land, I will mention one thing, and I got something to show you here. Tom Medland, W5KUB, massive event every year, streams the whole ride down to Hamvention, as well as has a booth at Hamvention, streams the whole show. has a ton of giveaways. He said they're doing giveaways like every 15 minutes or something like that. You got to be in the chat room. It's over at w5kub.com, which is, I don't know what to expect. I'm going to see it live. I'm going to be hanging out with him, hopefully helping him out a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be awesome. Anyway, let me show you my loop I have here. There's a video coming out for this, but I was playing around with it, and I thought to myself, this is a magnetic loop, and what can I do with a magnetic loop? Well, I've got my 891 here connected to it. Lowest, I got it matched, set up, and I'm just going to key up on AM, just the carrier. Ready? Whoa! So there's the power of a magnetic loop. You don't want to get too close to that. I'm not going to spend much time around that. So fun stuff with a magnetic loop. You can show your kids. That's a fun little science experiment right there. Mr. Creative says, will I be at CPAC this year? I might go. I really missed out on the last one. And I know that Bob goes to that one. So I would like to go. That would be awesome. Frowie 101 just wanted to say thank you. Got my general 2 weeks ago thanks to you. Oh, thank you. KI5 EMF. EMF? Huh. Funny you mentioned that with the light bulb. So yeah, that was just a compact fluorescent light bulb. You hold it up to a magnetic loop and you get lights. That's the way some of those CBers would put a light, a thing on the tip of their antenna, and you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing with a Tesla coil, Jim says. You can, because the same principles are largely at play. I am going to, let's go back to the desk here. Let's get into some beer. I pulled my back out pretty hard. So, right before the stream. So I am very stiff. So I'm going to get into this as soon as I can. This is San Fernando Brewing Company in beautiful San Fernando, California. Not a bad place, but, And this is the Imperial Death Star Stout. Death Star Stout. So that's interesting. I'm going into Warped Wing Brewery. No knowledge of the brewery at all. It was recommended by a couple of people, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope it's as good as they say it is. So anyway, I'm going to get a little bit of this going down as we start to get ready for some DMR. Mr. Creator says, please be at CPAC. I work for Amateur Radio Relay Group as their webmaster, also known as K7 RPT, repeater system. Very cool. Did get an RF burn while tuning a mag. Yeah, you can get an RF burn while tuning a mag loop, so careful with that. We got K8MRD. Is he in the house? Did I miss him? Oh, there he is. Radio stuff. What's up, buddy? Love your videos. Keep making them. Are you? Yeah. Very, very. Oh, wow. This stuff is. This is pretty dark. Not sweet at all, like that caramely sweet you get with a stout. Wow. That is pretty bitter. I will do one thing. I will mention this before we get started. I bought this pocket operator. This is the pocket operator, the sampler. Is this thing locked? I think it's got a locked focus point. Let me see. Yeah, it's locked. Anyway, it's like a pocket calculator, but it has a microphone in it. And you can sample. You can direct sample with this. And I sampled a bunch of FT8. So I made a quick little beat with it. That's all FT8 in the background. That's all FT8. So I'm going to be putting together some beats using amateur radios in odd ways, percussion type things, to start using as my backtrack and starting off the show. So very, very good. I love that thing. So we'll be doing more of that. Okay, where are we at now? I lost my desktop. It's no longer on my box. Okay, so I am using the Redivis CPS RT88 software. Many DMR radios all have similar softwares, and you're all going to have to get the one that goes with your company. I'm not going to go over the basic information because largely you'll have to fill this in yourself based off of the radio. Mind you, all this stuff on the left-hand side going to be pretty standard for most DMR radios. Under general settings, this is where you put in your radio name, your radio ID. You must have a radio ID. This is where you would use your DMR ID that you get from somewhere like DMR Mark. Let's embiggen this a bit. There we go, so you can see. Move it like so. And you get the idea. I'm not going to go into this because these are all settings that are going to be more personal to you and the radio that you're on. Menu system, same kind of thing. Let me close these out as I go. Button definitions. This radio has that weird mouse ball thing in the front, and so you can change that off. I don't like that thing, so you try to mitigate that with moving the buttons around. Text messages. So this is where you can set up pre-reply, and of course a moth flies around right when I start the stream. You get a hello or auto response. Talk to me on TAC 310. Send me a call. Blah blah blah. I'm not going to go through all that because we're talking about just doing the code plug for repeaters in Simplex right now. So basically what you need to do, at least how I start, is I go down to channel information. We're going to work through the digital RX groups, zones, scan lists, all that stuff. But for me, the game starts with a channel. A channel is basically your repeater of operation, right? So you're going to put in details like the receive frequency and the transmit frequency. Now, how do you do that? Oh, by the way, that's the Discord giveaway there on the bottom. Looks like 93 people so far, and it's going to run all the rest of the week until we get to next Saturday. So definitely sign up while you can. So the way I like to do it is, let me pull up a website here. Where did my webs go? There we go. Got some webs. Okay. So first thing I did was I searched for DMR Hamvention. And the link you get is this Dayton Hamvention website. Now, again, this is going to be, if you're in the Dayton area or you're going to Hamvention, you may want to do this. But you don't have to. If this would be something you could do, just search your local DMR, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. The people that run DARA and the ARRLOhio.org, there's actually a code plug you can download, which will cover most of the bases. You just click code plug here, and my radio is the same. So if you have a TYT 2017, it's the same thing as a Retevis RT82. So keep that in mind. You can just download the code plug and load it. Now, you're still going to want to modify it, though, because I might show you at the end if we have enough time. The preloaded code plug is only going to kind of fill the A channel and not the B channel, the radio. And what I sometimes do is I'll put all the Simplex channels on the B channel. You could put APRS on the B channel, all that good stuff there. So let's go back. There we go. So here's just a simple little, that's Columbus. We don't need that. There's Dayton. Dayton is right there. So let's dive in here a bit. So there's Wright Pat Air Force Base. If you're going to be in Hamvention and you got some time, go to Wright Pat. It's just wonderful. So you got a couple of options here. There's this guy. This is the W8AK repeater. And then you've got this guy over in Kettering. I believe this is actually a node, a hotspot. So you're not going to get that great of an RF capability out of it. And then up by Hubbard Heights, you've got K1CCN. So got some repeaters you can work with. Let's do this. So here's DMR Mark, another source for DMR repeaters. And okay, fine. Can't use the scroll wheel just with scrolling. So okay, we'll just do this. Wow, it's pretty close. Whoa, my God! Why? That was really fast. Where did we end up? We ended up in Virginia. Okay, there we go. All right, so Dayton is right here. Same kind of thing. Oh, look, hey, there's a new repeater now. That repeater wasn't on the other website. So what is that? That's WA8 plays. You can't get any more information on that. So you're like, okay, well, I want more than just, what the offset is. And, okay, it's color code 1 and this is VHF. You want some more information, right? Well, that's where you could go to something like Brandmeister. Brandmeister is going to give you more information. There is also, not that one. There is also Radio Reference, which I was talking to Zach beforehand. Sometimes Radio Reference is hit and miss. So if you want to, you go up to, let me go back here, show you what this looks like. So when you search for repeaters, you can search for DMR repeaters. You just say, I want Ohio. What's going on here? Oh. Why did it organize the states like that? It put Canada first? Canada is never first. I'm just kidding, Canada. Yes. So DL Week SJR mentions very important to load the DMR database in at least Redavis software requires a download from Excel, so you must at least load the Excel trial. That is one of the largest issues with this radio, because um, if you don't have that CSV file loaded, which compares which compares your DMR ID to your call sign, when someone keys up, you're just going to see their DMR ID, and it's not going to convert it to a call sign, which is a seriously big pain in the butt. But for some reason, the Redavis software requires you to have Excel, so it's kind of a pain. I do have a CSV load that I put in a while ago, and I haven't gone back and done it yet because I don't really have a good option for loading Excel, and I don't want to do this on my work computer because that would be nuts. And I don't want to, what are they? Look at this ham radio guy. He's got this CSV file with over 100,000 people. Anyway, so here's DMR Mark. I'm sorry, this is repeater book on the Dayton DMR repeaters. You can scroll down here. Hey, look, there's two. This is that W8AK. So if we go back here, where was the W8AK? Was it this guy? W8AK. Okay, well, let's see what he's up to. Maybe there's going to be some more information here. So there's two. Montgomery. Well, let's go back. I want to get this one. So this is the 875 repeater. So this is the 875 repeater right here. So if you click on him, all right, so you get the downlink and uplink frequency. Your offset's 5 megahertz, and you can open up talk group, the talk group view, and that's a pretty scant amount of talk groups that it supports. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but you notice there's no TAC 310. There's TAC German and TAC Francis and Deutschland. That would be German. Yeah, so I don't know if is this scrollable. No, it is not scrollable. So I saw this before I started the stream, and I was like, that's kind of not a good thing. So then I was like, all right, let's go to good old-fashioned Brandmeister, and let's see what we get. So here's Dayton. By the way, this is the same thing you should do. This is the same thing you should do if you're going to set up a DMR. Is like find your local area where you're going to be traveling to and figure out what repeaters are in the area. So this Beaver Creek guy right here, if you click on him, AB8XA, I'm not going to click on him because he's actually a hotspot. I do know that this guy right here, this K1CCN in Huber Heights, let's click on that. All right, so we have your transmit and your receive, and it looks like they've got a couple of time slots that are active, and there's a website. So if we click that website, where does that take us? It says blocked. That's great. I thought this worked beforehand. Maybe it was the other repeater. Let me go back. Oh, great. K8MRD Radio Stuff says, I use OpenOffice as well. You don't need to use Excel. Well, there you go. All right. Oh, and Brandmeister. Brandmeister is... Oh, there we go. Brandmeister has some odd slowdowns. I know they've had many people from the amateur radio world reach out to them, but they don't seem to be interested in taking a lot of help. They really want to do it their own way and go their own way. And now it's lagging again. Okay. You got to give it a lot of... Let me give you a tip. Click and drag and then stop and then it catch up. Scroll the wheel. Stop. Wait. You'll crash the website. Did I crash the website? Yeah, the website's no longer. It's not responsive. That's wonderful. Just great. Yep. That's great work, Brandmeister. Fantastic. All right. Well, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to pull up another website here. Okay, well, this is still doing its thing. You gotta love Brandmeister. Anyway, So what I'll start with, just to make things a little bit easier, is let's load some DMR simplex frequencies. And this is very easy to do, right? So we're going to slide these over to my left, and we're just going to go down the list. So first one's going to be UHF simplex 1, and we want the frequency to be 441. This is simplex 5000. How many zeros? 3 zeros. 3 zeros. Why do I have so many zeros? Same thing here. So you can copy that down. So copy, paste. Oh, good. This is one of those apps. Okay. So the way you can do this, you have two options really. You can go with always, or you can go with color code. So if you go with color code, which you're going to have to enter a color code anyway, I generally put it in color code 1, and where is my time slot? Repeater slot 1 is going to be the same thing as time slot. So I use color code 1 and repeater 1. So you can now, that should be saved. Can I copy this guy? Copy, and good. These tools, man, sometimes I'm going to do a couple of these and then we're going to move back to the repeater. Can you at least go up here and paste? Yeah, sometimes. I'm telling you, I'm not a big fan of some of the programming software. I think it's already hard enough oh, that was the wrong one. That DMR can be a bit of a pain to program, and then you add the complexity of whatever software you're working with to the mix. It's like, man, that's why so many people go to code plugs. They're like, oh, thank you for freeing me of this burden. What? Oh, because it's analog. Make sure you select digital from the drop-down menu. Otherwise, you'll get tone. And repeater slot color code. Good. Let's add another. All right. Oh. I could copy this. In fact, I'm going to. No. God. By the way, if you ever get emails from me or anything like that, I am a horrible speller. My wife gives me a whole lot of crap about that, and I don't blame her. I feel bad for her having to deal with me. In fact, she told me today before leaving with the kids, not forever, but just for tonight, to go have some fun with her friend. She's like, you know, you're a really weird person. I told her, like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Ryan, at least LibreOffice works without the DL. You get an extra. Okay, very irritating. Yeah, the OpenOffice is a better option from my general experience. I haven't tried this with the CSV file. I will do that after this, but that's been my preference. So what has been mentioned is I don't have a receive group or contact group. That's because I don't have any of those built yet. I usually put in a couple of repeaters and then I'll add some groups and go from there. That's probably the backwards way of doing it. You probably want to start big and then go low. But, you know, I like to bang my head against the wall. In fact, we could just do that. Why don't we do that? So you've got a receive group. Okay, let me go back a step. So you can have repeaters or channels, as they're called. And they can do a myriad of things. They could be analog, they could be a repeater with an offset, or they could just be simplex. However, they have to be a part of a receive group, and that's the only way you're going to hear it, right? And then if you have a digital contact you want to make, like TAC 310, you have to create a digital contact for that. And so we're going to do that right now. But this group, we can just call it simplex for now. And contact members is contact 1. Okay, fine. So we will leave that like that. I'm going to go to simplex and add him. And go back to this guy, simplex. And go back to this guy, simplex. And we're not going to do contact yet. Let's go to digital contact. Okay. So here is where you would put in something like TAC 310 or whatever different contacts you want to be on. Let's see if we got DMR. Oh, we got Brandmeister back. Where are we? Great. KB5 Bun. And Dayton is right here. So here's Xenia right there. Let's move this over a bit. And what is this guy? I don't know if this was a good one or not. I'll open him up. Hey, this one looks this looks high OME enough that we could probably get some good DMR information off of this with this flashing GIF. Very good, very good. Okay, so cool. They've got a DMR tier 2. And this is plus, offset plus, so we are going to set this guy up. So we will pull him, and there you got a nice little list for talk groups. So I'm going to slide this over. You're not going to be able to see all of it, but basically I'm going to go in and I'm going to install TAC 310 to start, the Ohio TAC PPT, Ohio statewide, and North America, actually just US statewide probably, and probably Parrot. And the reason for Parrot is so when you get there, you can actually talk into Parrot and you'll hear yourself back, which will help you when you're programming it because it can be a bit daunting. Take a laptop with you if you're going to go into, I'm going to go into Hamvention. I'm going to put in 310. It is a group call, and it is a call ID 310. It's that simple. You can call it TAC 310 if you want, but it's 310. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it's 310. So let's grab some more of this beer. Yes, Don't RX groups just allow your radio to listen for more than one talk group ID that appears on the channel you're listening to? Yes, that is exactly correct. So you can get kind of funky with it, and you can add a bunch of talk groups into a receive group like TAC 310, and that could be problematic because you will get swamped, particularly when you're active on TAC 310. It's hard to break out of it. All right, so let's go with that. So we got a contact 310 there. So now we have a, I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave it as none. But if this were for that channel, which I'm going to go back to none just so I don't screw it up. Let me make sure I did all these right. So these are all on Simplex right now. Okay, we're going to do one more Simplex. Where did it go? There we go. And I just searched for DMR Simplex frequencies. Yeah. If you want to set one up with your buddies, though, DMR might not be a bad option when you're in Dayton, just so you have something that is a bit off standard. Yeah. Yeah, I can't type. I'm a software engineer that can't type, guys. I've got a real problem. All right, and it is still an analog, so we'll change that to digital and make that color code. And color code 1, repeater slot 1, receive group Simplex, if you want. Okay. 9990 might be broken, but that's more of a situation for Brandmeister at any one time. Brandmeister had some problems. Okay, let's go back to our... Okay, let's get this repeater logged in here. So we're going to make a new channel. This is W8AK. And we are on downlink. Wait, nope. I'm on the wrong website. There it is. Jeez. This is not... This is the N8NQH. N8NQH. And we are 44, 4.875. And this is going to be 449.875. And we are going to be digital. And we are going to be color code. And let's see, color code is 13. So we're just pulling this right off of the website right now. So see how it says 13 there? That's what we're using. No Gregorio, or am I saying that right? No? Noe? Noe. All right. You encouraged me to get in my ham tech a year ago and to upgrade to general. Very good. ND2PHM. Very good. All right. Yeah, exactly. Congrats. I love that when you guys mention that. And also, if you haven't already, go join the Hammer New Crash Course Facebook page and pop a little post in there. And then you get a bunch of people telling you congrats. And there's a lot of cool discussions going on. What was, somebody was asking about a good upgrade to a Baofeng. That got a lot of comments. And I'm currently taking polls on which radio I should mount on a gas-powered mini bike. I haven't decided what I want to run yet on it. I haven't built the mini bike yet, but I got a motor, an engine sitting behind me that I want to connect to it. So that will be helpful. All right. So now we have N8NQH set up with color code. So right now we need to make a group. We've got a Simplex group, but let's add. Nope, that's not right. Sorry, did that one wrong. We need to, there we go. So we'll call this, you know what's one thing they do that I don't like, and I'll show you that in the code plug. But you could set this receive group to a lot of different talk groups, which can be problematic if you don't want to listen to, if you don't want to just have 310 bog you down. So we might just make this one 310. So now we have a group for Simplex and a group for 310. And this guy, we don't want that one in there. So there you go. Okay, so now for this guy, let's add 310, contact name, 310, and that should be it. We're on repeater slot. Where's time slot is 1 for 310 right here. Oh, that's an image. Oh, okay, fine. So now you have repeater slot 1, color code 1, group list, we want 310, group name 310, and it is emergency system none, privacy none, GPS, I'm not going to mess with the GPS right now, but you could do GPS if you wanted to. And then you can leave the rest of that alone. Now, the other thing you can do is you make a scan list. In this case, we're going to leave Simplex out, and we're going to add in the N8NQH. So what you can do here, since this is now kind of NHNQH for 310, you can just go 310 and leave it like that. And then you can make multiple instances of it, basically, for whatever talk group you want to be on. So we can copy that. Actually, we can't copy, can we? You can't copy it, can you? That's one thing I never figured out with this app. I don't think you can. So let's make a zone. So zones are going to be like geographic zones. So you can put so many different programs into, you can make so many program channels and scan lists and receive lists, but you want to switch them when you go local to somewhere else. So Southern California, I have one that's central to Cerritos where I live, and I can just operate repeaters that I can hit with the handy talkie from my house. But when I'm in Dayton or Hamvention, I want a zone for that, and then you can just add. So I want all my available channels that are for Simplex on my channel B, like that, and I want my repeaters on channel A. So now we'll show you once I get the once I get it programmed over, I'll show you what it looks like to switch zones and go through that whole mess. So then under scan list, now we have a channel member. We could add more to that if we wanted to, but I generally don't. Actually, let's make a scan list for Simplex. I think that's a good idea, actually. Simplex, we don't want the 310 in there. So I want to be able to scan the Simplex channels while I'm listening or while I'm walking around Hamvention. I want to be able to stop and go, okay, cool. I'm hearing people talking. So let's see. Wow, my computer is lagged out. I don't know what's going on with that. But we're still good. I saw something die, but it's okay. We're still going. Oh. Okay. So now at this point, man, Discord got real messed up there in the background. It's freaking out my computer. So now you can basically replicate that over and over again if you want, and then you can have your contact. Let's see here. So 310 is the only contact. You can add the rest of them in, which let's do that now, the ones that we care about. So contacts are going to be the talk groups that you're talking on. So we're going to add Ohio statewide, which is 3139, and it's going to be, oh, sorry, I did that a little backwards. 3139, and we're going to call this the OH call, or OH state, not call. We're going to add, let's see, nationwide is 3100 USA, 3100, come on, 3100. Oh, yeah. We need to get more people coming to the meetup. Reminder, everybody, 6 p.m. Eastern at the Warped Wing Brewing Company in Dayton. Okay. So add another. What's this guy going to be? Probably add Parrot just in case. Even if it's not working, it's good to have. That's Perot. That's good. This is the talk group for French people. Okay. And what else is good? And I just do the rest of the tags too. Oh, I know what I gotta add. Oh, good question. JP Tucson asks, what is the W5KUB's DMR talk group? That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Ethan's got the right idea too. The people that are really, really good with DMR are not on this stream right now, and that would be Zach, who's in the chat, and Ethan. Most of the people over on the DMR talk group for the digital talk group is going to be way more knowledgeable about this than I am. I'm just covering the scratching the surface stuff. So make sure you go join Discord. Take the link, which has been posted, and the link is in the description in this video. The other one, we got to add the HRCC, and that is 31251. Am I doing that wrong? Post the link, Ethan, to the HRCC talk group. I'm trying to get my stuff set up that I'll be able to take my Zoom spot, but I kind of figured that's probably a bad idea in such a RF rich environment. There probably will be someone that has their DMR Zoom spot set up and it'll just be killing everything. Is there a set amount of, oh, James asks, is there a set amount of DMR simplex channels, or can you tune around to any frequency you want? I've never, DMR is not really a tune around radio frequency. It's very much a sit down, program some things up, and keep futzing with it. I do believe the Anytone 878 is fully handy talkie programmable. The RT82, the one I have, is mostly you can do a lot of settings with it. You can create groups, you can create zones, you can do all kinds of different stuff we've been covering that you can do in the software. But the 878 goes a step further, and it really is full-on programming. So, yeah. Yeah, so if you take the hrcc.link, this is our DMR information. We do a DMR net every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And most of the details is here. So DMR talk group is 31621. That was close. 31621. Okay. So the downside of having some of the talk groups the way they are, so if I go back to the repeater we were just looking at, 31621 is not anywhere in this list. So if you try and use that, it likely won't work. It won't go through the repeater. There are some cases it might, but likely it's not accepted. So what this repeater accepts is just the talk groups you see here. So keep that in mind when you are going to set up your repeater or going to set up your talk groups for a specific repeater. All right, so now I will make a copy. You can't paste, huh? Yeah, okay. I don't like that. So let's duplicate this guy, N8, NQH, and we're gonna do, what is the statewide, where's the call? That's okay. We'll do 31 Ohio call. And this guy is 44875. And this is 449875. We're going to do, remember to do digital, and we're going to do color code. Color code is 13. Repeater slot is 1. This we should put local in. We should definitely put local in. Contact name is going to be Ohio State. Group, I'm going to leave that off for a second. And we're going to make another group here. Group. We're going to call this one 3139. And we're going to add Ohio State to that. So 3139. One more thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to show you. So I'm going to program the radio right now. You can go as much down the rabbit hole as you want going through all the repeaters, but this is kind of the process. I'm going to program the radio. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm actually going to load that code plug that is on the DMR, the Hamvention DMR website, and show you what it looks like when it's fully populated. It gets nuts. So here we go. One more. Let's get the local in. N8 NQH local, and what was this? 4444444444475. And make sure it's digital. Keep forgetting that. Color code is 13. Oh, so this one is repeater slot 2. So you got to make sure you're paying attention. So local is 310557. So we need to add one. Local 311. Ah, what was it? 310. Okay. And we will add that. Oh, contact is going to be, wait, what happened? Local, right? Did I screw that up? There it is. Okay. The Smoking Ape says this becomes much easier with a radio that is programmable from the front keypad. And I bet you if you went to Smoking Ape's channel, he would have a bunch of videos that shows you a better way to program something from the front of the panel. And it's true. These are kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, so Jason, that'll work. So if you, okay, let me get this guy all done, and then I'll show you. I think I know how it works, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So now we've got an empty guy. This is channel 1. So if I wanted to copy this guy over, I'd right click on local and then right click and then paste it. And then it would, yeah. So it would become, yeah, so it becomes, so you get all the frequencies pasted and you get the color code pasted and you get local, whatever, but the name is empty. So yeah, that, forgot about that with this app. Kind of a pain in the butt. So, all right. So we got a group name for 310. We got a group for state. We got a group. Oh, we don't have a group list for local. Let's do local. Now, this might be a little redundant. You're thinking to yourself, okay, well, you're making a group just with one group, and you're making a simple scan list. You're not putting anything else in it. You're making one zone. In fact, I got to go add local to this, and I got to add Ohio State. So, yes, that's true. But the realities of kind of when you're on the ground and running, you will add more and take things off depending on how things are going in your area. So you can add more to your group. You can remove things from your group. It doesn't matter. But you need a group. You need something to dump things into. So anyway, so now we've got a channel for 3, same repeater, 3 talk groups, and the B channel, all the simplex. So I'm going to switch back to my desk, and I've got a Retevis. What did that say to me? I'm gonna save this off. Actually, I should show you this. So let me switch back over. Oh, hey, David B's Tech. Love the Alluance HD1 full front panel program. Yeah, so the Alluance HD1 and the Anytone 878 are the kind of preferred DMR radios right now. This is my bad code plug. Name it. That's good. So save that guy off, and now I'm going to send it off on its way. I'm going to click the little radio button and go. Hey, this is DMR. I'm programming it. Oh, hey, it crashed the app. Hey, that's great. This is working perfectly. That's just fantastic. I don't even remember what that thing was called. Wonderful. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let me get that back. Oh, I know where I put it. Okay. This is one of those non... so dumb. It doesn't become a actual... where is it? It doesn't become an actual... Come on. Oh, you son of... My screen's too big for streaming right now. All right, there we go. We're back. Okay. Gotta love that. So we'll open up my bad code plug. I'm glad I saved it. See, this is why you save it. And what do we got? Okay, they're still there. We got our... Oh, yeah, let's go do our Hamvention. We got our zones in. Do we get all that? Yeah, Simplex is over there. Okay. All right, so now we've got radio on. Tan. Let's try that again. Ah, there we go. I think. Yep, there we go. Can you see that? Is that too bright? It says radio programming mode. Hey, there we go. PC programming, USB mode. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Ryan Sachs says first DMR channel takes 4 hours to create. Second one takes 1 hour. Number 3 through 2 million takes 30 seconds. Yeah. Okay. So, man, this thing takes a long time. Still going. I'm going to go ahead and illuminate the call-ins. If anybody wants to call in, you can. If not, no big deal. Right data suck? Not success, just suck. All right, so that's my crappy code plug. Let's open the... Which one is it? I think it's this guy. Yes. Look at all these groups. Look at these groups. They just throw them in there, too. It's just like, oh, there's TAC 310. There's TAC 310. Group 310. Digital contacts. How about all of them? How about every one of them? Oh, hey, we got Andrew L. We got David Swan. There's KY4RS Roger. You can call him if you want. They're all in here. All your buddies. Ham radio buddies. Let's go to the channel list. So this channel list is intense, right? So it's like every repeater. So, and it's prefaced by the geographic city that it's close to. So Sin is all Cincinnati. Again, we're talking about Ohio. Day. So these are all Dayton repeaters. TG9, LCL2, WWE, Day NA. So what they're doing is they're calling out the talk groups, right? Talk group Ohio, talk group North America, talk group WWE, talk group 4000, Day 5000. Okay, so let me break this down. So when you go to the name of it, so let me go back to one that, so let's go to Ohio. So it's a repeater. Yeah, that was the same one. One of the ones. Did I program it wrong? I might have programmed it wrong. Anyway, there's a repeater out there, 442.875 megahertz. And it has a plus offset, so +5 up. And that gets you to 447.850. What they're doing is they said this contact is only for Dayton, Ohio talk group. So the group name is the one that matches that talk group, which is 3139. And the group list is 3139. And then they put in the color code, which on that other repeater was 13, and the repeater slot is 1. So they've made a channel just devoted to Dayton, Ohio on this specific repeater. So if you go, they made a channel just for the state of Ohio, but it's for a Dayton local repeater. And then if you go through all of these are going to match some kind of city abbreviation for some city in Ohio. And it's going to be the same repeating things over. So Minneapolis. Is that Minneapolis? Is that what min means? Is it close by? I guess it is. Doesn't matter. TAC 310 is the one that this one has. Different repeater, different frequency, but they're creating a copy for every one of the talk groups they want to be in. 310, 311, 312. So you literally have to create a contact for all your local repeaters for all the local talk groups you want to talk on. And it also includes Simplex. So then they've got Simplex channels here. They didn't have the UHF Simplex channels, though. I don't know why, but they didn't. So all of these repeaters are local repeaters to Ohio. I don't know where my repeater... I added the UHF Simplex, but they're gone now for some reason, so I'm going to have to go back in here and add them back in. That kind of stinks. Yeah, that kind of stinks. Hey, it happens. What are you going to do? It's DMR. So if you're in your hotel and you're thinking about running DMR, just get a hotspot and use the Wi-Fi. You're going to have a better time with that. You're going to be able to talk on any talk group you want. You're going to be able to talk on the HRCC talk group. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Oh, there they are. Why are they up there? Oh, because I said Simplex. What did they say? Wait, what happened? Wait. Oh, they've got analog Simplex. They didn't do digital Simplex. That's on them. They're wrong. Of course, you can do analog with this radio, but what's the point of that? It's digital. So, digital Simplex. Anyway, this is what I want to leave on the radio. K8 MRD stuff. What are we doing for hotels on the air? You know what? That is a damn fine question. We're gonna do this live. You know what? Actually, Dominic, can you just call in? Can you just do the call-in number? Are you still Dom? Are you still there? Paging Dom. That's if he wants to talk about the rules. So let me fix this really quick. Of course, you can just go to hotelsontheair.com. A future improvement would be to be able to create a list of talk groups, and when you create your channels, just pick the list for each repeater. That way, you have one channel per. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be preferred. It would be nice if you could just say, I'm going to use this repeater, and then just duplicate that. Yeah, but that means you got to have all the groups set up too. So a lot of this, they kind of go together. I like to set up a repeater and then start creating the groups and then adding them all together and doing it that way. I know it's a bit backwards, but you know, you'll find something you like. That's kind of the thing with DMR is you learn to get really good at it, or you learn to be comfortable with how you like to do it. And that's kind of the way it is, I think. Oh, we have our first somebody made some images for hotels on the air. Ethan, he's in a hotel running his Yaesu FT2DR. Let me get a website up here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. We've got a caller now. This will make things easier, I hope. Hey, caller, go ahead. Are you there?
Hello.
Yes. That is a voice that is
okay. So
familiar
you
to
can
me.
hear. There we go.
Yep, I hear you great.
Okay, cool.
Well,
So what are you talking about?
Hotels on the air.
Okay.
You ready to be put on the spot?
A little bit.
Okay. What do you want to say about hotels on the air? I'll let you go.
So everyone, well, I should say, but a lot of you probably know about Wump Loda last year. Walmart parking lots on the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, why not have something even stupider and have hotels on the air? Obviously, stupider is the official term.
In the best way possible.
Yeah.
Stupider, yeah.
Yeah, in the best way. So Hotels on the Air is the same weekend as Hamvention, and it works similarly to like Summits on the Air. So like you have activators and activatees, still kind of working out points. Should be doing that this weekend. I know it's a little bit last minute, but it's basically going to be like 1 point per contact with emergency power multipliers and call or contact Connor multipliers, dumb stuff like that.
Contact Connor multiplier is going to be one of them?
Yeah,
oh
or just bonus 20 points if you can contact Connor.
Oh boy. Which he should probably be the easiest one because he says he's bringing a kilowatt amp to his hotel, right?
Yeah, and string up a wire antenna in the hallway.
Yeah, and stringing the wire down the center of the hallway.
Oof.
So, okay, so the best place to find out more is going to be hotelsontheair.com, am I correct? Or is it .net?
Yes.
Okay.
.com. And the About and Rules button does work. The log submission button does not work yet. We're working on that. But for log submissions, it's going to be really lax this year. We're going to do Cabrillo, even a Google form, and paper logs. You can send it to a P.O. box or something probably. Let me post this in the chat here.
How about a log printed on a Gideon's Bible procured from a hotel?
I mean, I mean, you might get bonus points for that.
I don't know, man. That seems like that's a little problematic. I don't know.
I mean, bonus points for the thought, but I might think a little bit differently of you if you do that. But the thought is unique,
Yeah, it's unique.
so it
So
averages out at least.
so we'll be working on that a bit this weekend, I assume, on Discord. But anyway, bookmark the site. It should be fun at least. We don't know what we're gonna do with any of this yet, but if you didn't have anything else to do, Hamvention weekend, maybe I'm not going with an HF radio, but I might very quickly own an HF radio first day. So we'll see. I might not be a participant, but then I might also be a participant. It really depends on how the show goes.
Right. I'll be bringing down a Ubit X that one of my friends let me borrow here for a little bit, and hopefully I can get that working. And I'm going to try to make all this FT8 friendly with exchanges and all that stuff. I don't know how I'm going to be able to work that out.
You're going to try.
If anyone has suggestions.
Wait, you're going to try and get the Ubit X, the microbit X, working on FT8, or it already is?
No, as in get the exchange for hotels on the air FT8 friendly.
Oh, yeah, that
so
I don't know.
You can make a contact your FT8. So if anyone has any suggestions, shoot me a DM on Discord.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know if that's actually allowed. I mean, you could probably just put it in the 73. Like, you know how you can enter in a special comment at the bottom, like for 7.3?
Yeah, probably something like that.
You'd have
put
to
that
just
in the
do
rules.
like hot.
Yeah.
That Andy Miller, that's not a bad
definitely.
idea. I might do that. I think I'm gonna do that. I'll bring my Slinktenna, and I've got a BNC to BNC coax lead that I bought that I've had for a little while. That doesn't take up any space. That's not a bad idea. I might just do that. I've got my eyes on a radio. I've got my eyes on a radio or an amp. I'm going QRP radio or full amp at Hamvention this year. So we'll see. Oh, did we lose Dom?
Oh no, sorry, I muted, so I wasn't
okay.
making tons of noise.
No, your noise isn't that bad. Okay, anything else you want to say about hotels on the air?
Not expecting a huge turnout, but even if we get 20, 30 entries, I'll call that a success. So, I mean, even if, how many people are watching? Everyone watching, if everyone watching this participates and submits a log, I'll call it a success.
Yeah. This is a real late notice thing just to see if we could do it, and next year we'll do it again, and it'll get better and better, right? That's kind of what ham radio is, right? It's anybody that expects it to be like perfect right out of the chute, I think has their expectations a bit too high. And if you've been watching my live stream for any amount of time, you know I have problems constantly. So, we're just constantly working on it.
Got those Christmas lights flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. Burnt up a couple cameras, playing around with RF. That's fun. All right, Dom, thanks so much for calling in, and I'm sure we'll do an update. Maybe that's what I'll do Friday night, because I don't know that I'm doing anything. Maybe I'll just work Hotels on the Air live from the prestigious hotel I'm staying at in Hamvention.
I'll make an exception if you want to operate at Dara. We'll call it that.
How far is that from Xenia?
Give me 1 minute. It's probably 20 or so minutes north. I'm staying a mile from the actual clubhouse.
Holding. I'll play you some holding music. How many points for operating from the lobby? Oh, that's actually, yeah. Things like that, like operating from the cleaning lady's cleaning cart or cleaning person's cleaning cart.
Cleaning cart mobile.
Using a food service, room service, those metal trays as a radial or a ground plane. That should be worth something. Send a picture or tag me on something, or Discord. Post it on Discord. Go ahead.
I might make a Twitter account. So yeah, I
Oh,
might make a Twitter account,
that's not a bad
and
idea.
I'll put in the rules like if you feel you deserve bonus points for something you did, include a photo, and we'll see what we can do.
I
And
will.
the
Yeah, go
clubhouse
ahead.
is about 25 minutes or 17 miles.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Using a swimming pool and having your radial in the swimming pool, that's there's points for that. That might be dangerous though. I don't know if I want to. I did not endorse that.
Heard you like RF everywhere at once.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did somebody just come
I'm
home?
liking these ideas I'm seeing though.
Yeah. Okay, well, Dom, thanks for calling in. That's going to give us something to have some fun with, in addition to everything else going on.
Yep. I'll be in the after chat finally after, weeks and weeks and weeks.
All right. Well, the kid is banging on the door, so I'm going to hang up on you, and I'll be right back. Hold on, as I want to answer Just Jim's comment. Hold on.
Line muted. Line unmuted.
Close the door. Great. Close the door, please. I walked up to close the door, opens the door, and goes, "I got a game." Thank you very much. Okay, Just Jim says, "Love watching the live broadcast. They're quite entertaining. I just wish I knew what you guys are talking about. I'm still trying to program my UV5R." Well, I do have a ton of videos for programming the UV5R. So I believe if you search Baofeng, just that will probably pull up my videos, if not typing in UV5R, which will also do it. So that's probably a good place to start. We definitely hit the hour mark. I was kind of worried that we wouldn't cover it, but then I thought to myself, I'm like, it's programming DMR. It's gonna take a good portion of time. Just doing a little bit in DMR is gonna get you just to get your mind right. I don't know what the deal is with it. Once you sync your brain up, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm working DMR. Then it gets a little bit better. But that was a moth. Then you got to just take your time and work on it. So hopefully that helped a little bit. This was Patrons Picks, which is basically I put a poll out for the producer level of patrons, and they pick the thing that they want to talk about. It was actually a 4-way tie up into the last day, and then it became a 2-way tie, which means I get to pick. And this is the one we went with because I was getting ready for Dayton anyway. So I will be putting some videos out here soon because I got a lot of stuff I need to do before getting on the road to Dayton, and I have a ton of stuff to talk about. So want to do this before we leave because this whole episode was brought to you by the patrons for their support. I really appreciate all of them. This is the producers we were talking about. These are the people. If you didn't like the show topic for today, the only people you can blame are these individuals. But anyway, I do appreciate it. So thank you to William Horton, Chris Ebert, Carrie Blackwell, Jason Brown, Jason Siebert, David Dancero, Danny Miller, Anthony, Franklin Lewis, Brad Snyder, Gareth Broadhead, Dennis Dunderdale, Justin Blackburn, Garrett Larson, Michael Piccarini, Jonathan Franson, Ben Kellum, Dennis Mickelson, George Gaiini, Andy, who I think I saw him earlier. I'm sure he's going to be on Discord, hopefully. Kenny Miyamoto, Ron Thorson, AD6DM Dennis, my buddy from Twitter, Mike Baxter, Devin B. Hedge, Mark Chase, Julian OH8STN. Big shout out to Julian. I figured out why I was having such a narrow bandwidth with the FT8 891. You think that it's a filtering thing, but it's actually, if you click the width button, you can go in there and crank that thing all the way up, and the waterfall just went wah and opened up. So thank you, Julian. That was much more difficult than setting up the 7300. Raymond Cracker, Geraldo Kelso, KE8HWD Rob, Corey Sheldon, Brad Nadow, Stephen Hunt, Ronald Pelkey, Ronald White, Wyoming Ham, Thomas Strickland, and the Brew Crew, which I have to say I was very impressed with the San Fernando Brewing Company, San Fernando, California, Imperial Death Star Stout. That was very impressive. It is 22 fluid ounces and 9.5% alcohol, so nothing to laugh at all. Oh, there's Andy. There he is. Check your DM when you get a second. Okay, for you, absolutely. Let me go back to me. Let me hit the chat up really fast. Somebody gave me kissy face, so that's great. Ham, give me kissy faces. Why did I put these on? I don't have any audio coming in. Dennis is not going to Dayton. Bummer, buddy. So yeah, if you are, I will do one last thing and then I'm getting out of here. Let me go to the wide desk here. I want to give a big shout out to the ARRL app that is for Hamvention. So the ARRL put this out, but this app is very cool. So you can see the event schedule for, this is my, so here's all the things that are going on Friday. And you can sort them. You can click on what you want to attend. Where is what I want to do? Oh, so these are the forums, right? So I have things, so Parks on the Air, I want to go to that forum. I'm probably going to go to the instructors forum. I want to go to the Ham Nation so that I can just wave and be like, hey, bring me up on stage. New producers showcase, stuff like that. So really cool, but what's interesting about it is if you go to attendees, right, you can just like straight up stalk people with this thing. So I'm not gonna there's a ton of people in here. Oh, there's Katie Allen. There's Katie Allen right there. So she's gonna be supporting Ham Radio Outlet. There's a lot of people in here. So go download this app. It's very clunky, like the design of it's kind of clunky, but it works really well. It works really, really well. So it does exactly what you want it to do. It's not cheaply made. It just looks kind of funky. So I still support it 100%. So yes, K8MRD radio stuff. Don't drink and drive if you are coming to the meetup. I agree. I will be taking an Uber. So I will be going back to my hotel from the Hamvention, dropping my car off and Ubering to Warped Wing. So yeah. Because I'm going to be bringing a laptop and trying to live stream and do all that stuff, and I don't want to add driving into the mix as well. So that will do it. I hope to see as many of you as I can at Hamvention, and that you come up to me and say what's up. If you are on the Facebook side, there is a bingo card that is making the rounds. If you can fill out that bingo card or fill out a line of it and maybe show me some pictures of what you found, I'll do something special. I've got some special stuff that I'm bringing along. So, okay, that will do it. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, everybody. And I'm heading over to Discord. I'll talk to you later. See ya.